and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So it's a working evening here on the layout because, as you saw from the previous video, I had some derailment problems with the Schicht Deutsche Reichsbahn carriages, and on this bend, on this curve here, which is the board is subject to warping here because it doesn't have sufficient bracing underneath. I mean, this is an ongoing project, this layout. I'm going to be adding another loop of rails outside and various other things. And this is a part that leans on the floor. The weight, it tended to warp. I mean, it's just thin plywood. So I noticed that on this bend here, on this, which is a narrow, this is, I don't remember the radius, but this is old-fashioned Lima track, steel Lima track, and it says here, it says radius, this is a radius here, there we go, this is the very tight radius Lima track that I'm using. This is just a piece steel track. I mean, it's with copper fish plates. It's stuff from my original train set. Nothing special. In fact, if you want to mention, it's quite a rubbishy track. And but for reasons of space, I've been using this stuff here. I mean, this is what I had when I set out to make this very small layout. I mean, it's 80 centimeters width by 160 centimeters length. Two pieces of plywood screwed together with lengths of wood at the side and a piece of another bit of thin plywood glued underneath, and that's it. I mean, it's not a good straight layout. What I like is, even if it is warped, it sort of simulates some hills. The problem is that the inclines are on the bends, that's all, but it's sort of a banana shape kind of thing, you know. And what I had done, so I'd noticed there were problems derailing over here. I had also noticed another thing. You can see that the Jouef 040TA is busy working. It's been taking care of maintenance. So let's move it out of the road. It goes very well. It's a shunting engine, so it's been doing its job. That's what it's been designed for. I'd also noticed that on this bend, previously I had built up the external rail so that it had a nice inclined bank to it by using paper tape in more layers, which paper tape you see now down here in a waste paper basket, because I had noticed that the derailments were happening on here. There were serious problems. Plus I had noticed that, for example, this wagon here was particularly stiff on the part where there was the banking, you see. And so I decided that, seeing this part here is anyway warped, there's like anyway a hill that the train has to go up a hill. I say, let's make the train's life easier by not having this external rail higher than the internal rail. Anyway, I don't go at speeds that things will fly off, and it's okay, it's not straight. But anyway, going down a hill, things roll down a hill here. So I took that off. I took everything off. I eliminated some of the drawing pins that were holding down the track, and I put in these are Mehano track screws. You have this kind of plastic washer which has got which holds the fish plates tight together, and a screws which I have painted black so they're not visible. I decided to leave a drawing pin here because this is a point where my paper ballast joins together and I don't want it coming out. I might even get rid of that. And so going back to the problem with the Schicht carriages, the Schicht Deutsche Reichsbahn carriages, when they go around this bend individually, at least that one, the one with the lighter roof, behaves perfectly okay, no problem, no derailments. The one with the darker roof, when I was just pushing it around, it still tended to jump at one point. Now I've been sending it around on its own, pulled by the shunting locomotive by the 040TA, and let's see what it's going to do. This way we also have a practical test run of the 040TA SNCF tank locomotive, which is now going in reverse. This is noisier than the belt driven one, of course. Three pole Jouef motors are noisy. I cleaned the inside of the pickup wheels, the centermost wheels, and I added a spot of technical petroleum jelly to lubricate the pickups and make everything run smoother and increase conductivity. You can see that the carriage isn't coming off. No problem, no derailing, because what was happening, more or less at this height here, one of the wheels of the leading wheel of the bogie, or either the front bogie or the rear bogie, was sort of jumping off the track. And I noticed it was continuing to do this when they were coupled together. As I said in a previous video, the couplings are quite short. Not only are they quite short, they are sprung. Oops. They've got this kind of, excuse me, I'm holding the phone, so it's very difficult. You can see that there's a spring here, typical German, exactly like Pico's wagons. This is Schicht. The Schicht is also East German, and the typical, even Fleischmann has this kind of spring system in the couplings. And what I think, I've noticed that when they're coupled together, there isn't buffer lock because these are all the same coupling hooks. But I think that these need a bit of lubrication. I'm going to have to put a spot of oil on these because they tend to stick. So I think that all the problem of the bogies not being pulled out of alignment, and then we have derailments. Of course, it was amplified by the fact that here the trains were sort of keeling over to the inside of the curve, and this was amplifying the problem. So that's why I got rid of the raised external, the ballast that was raising the paper tape under the ballast that was raising the rail, the external rail. I've kept it on the far away curve because that isn't so, there's not so much warping at that end of the line. So let's see what happens when we couple two of them together. So let's just pop that on and see what goes on. You can see that, see, this is a thing. I tend to get stuck. We're a bit at the limit with these tight curves, with these carriages. They would be happier on a slightly less tight curve. For example, they'll be much happier on external line when I eventually build it, because the external lines curved track sections will be Mechano. This is the one with the rear railer or level crossing and the contacts, but these are slightly less tight. These aren't so tight. In fact, it says here 269, not 360, you see. So it's 18-inch rear railer terminal track. So these are slightly less tight, and I think these will be much happier on such track. Anyway, I've not planned the external loop yet. I'll have to see how to fit it. I have to see various things also, because the plan is also to fit this layout maybe on a pulley system or hinged onto the wall, and so that it's easier. Some changes have to be made in house. That's it. Some big changes. That's another thing. Okay, let's try and couple up and see what happens before this video becomes too long and too boring. So anyway, this is some of the. By the way, the BR64. It's one of the kingpins came out. In one of the maintenance videos, I had mentioned that the kingpins looked sort of slack. By lubricating the linkage, of course, it got slack and it came out. This also happened on a Jouef, one of the red and black Jouef 030TA, the one with the 030T, the one with Blair, the one with the red and white livery, the red and black livery with a 3-pole motor. That happened, so we'll fix that with some we'll put a spot of what's it called? Yes, bearing locking compound, or whatever its fancy name is anyway. That blue stuff that I fix things with, that'll do the job. In fact, we'll have to clean the oil off the wheel and get that repaired. And 20 past 10, I won't be doing it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it in daytime tomorrow. That's another good idea. Okay, very well. Let's see what happens now. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to push this here, and that will couple up. I think it coupled, didn't it? Let's see if it did. Okay, and let's see how these two Schicht carriages coupled together behave. The 3-pole motor shunter's getting on quite well. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what happens. I think that the modified track over here has done the job. You can see that it's got some, it misses a beat every now and again on the points because that locomotive only picks up from the two centermost wheels out of 4. Those extra wire pickups, flexible wire pickups on the front wheels, of course, on the other one, on the one with the open cab, make the difference. But it's okay. I'm just going to leave this as it is. It's noisy. It is different. It's different mechanism and different cab, different body. So I think things are quite good. Okay. Let's have another once round and see what happens. Definitely looks apart. It's a working locomotive. It's a very noisy working locomotive. What a racket. The one with the belt drive and the 5-pole motor is so quiet you can hardly hear the thing. This one here, like the people that live next door are hearing me. I say, what noises is that bloke next door doing, you know? Okay, problems seem to have been cured. It's improved very much. It was really at the beginning when I put it on the line and I gave it a test run. I tested it. It was really hiccuping and it needed a good braking in. It needed to be run in a bit, and now it's going really very well. I'm quite pleased about this locomotive. It was a lot of work. There. I just finished saying that I was quite pleased about it, and the thing went and stalled on the points. Oh boy, it heard me, didn't you? Hear me, you what's it? Come on, let's finish the video. Let's do things properly. Let's behave. Come on. I used to go and stall there for. Okay, that's right. Stalled again. I just finished saying I'm very pleased. Okay, there you go. I'm going too slow. You have to sort of accelerate on points. Okay, I think the problems are okay. Right. Oops, that was a bit of a quake. Oh, danger. Righto, so this is, I wasn't planning this kind of test run video for this locomotive, but it was a good, we seem to have solved the problems. Definitely I think I'm going to have to lubricate the coupling, the springs of the coupling hooks. A spot of just normal, simple sewing machine oil will go in there just to make sure that they're nice and flexible and they don't stick. Tomorrow we'll fix the kingpin I might clean that, but I want to do it on camera. I'll do it on camera, so I think I'll just clean the oil off the wheel right now because it's all greasy, and if I have to put the sealant, I'll have to make sure that there's no glue in there. And that was that. So hands-on working video tonight. Oh, by the way, the wheels for the Italian model 1946 carriage arrived. Of course, they have to be cleaned. They're filthy, so we'll be getting that done as well. And that's it. Then we'll also have to have a look. So tomorrow I have to fix the BR64 sking pin. This French boy here is going very well though for OTA, and it has performed sterling service for us tonight. Let's see it going, maybe boiler forward. Just show us how you get on boiler forward. Okay, come on, give us a demonstration. Give it a name. A demonstration of stalling. You what's it? Get on. Anyway, when they made the 5-pole version with the extra pickups and the belt drive, we have to say that they greatly improved this model. And they only improved it by adding pickups and changing the motor. And they didn't do anything really too complicated because all the chassis is absolutely identical. Let's see if we can sort of couple up. And you can see that there is a hill here, huh? So we still have the hill. We still have the incline. These are never going to couple on their own because we're on a bend. Let's see if we can encourage it. A little bit of manual magic. Righto, it's on. Very well. Let's go. Let's hit the rails. See if there's any derailments now. We're going in another direction. No, touch wood. Everything's good. I think things are going pretty well. A noisy one, huh? Very noisy. Carriages are behaving themselves. Going a bit too fast, huh? This has a maximum speed of 50 kilometers an hour. I think we're going to go into the station area. Hope it doesn't stall at any points. Oh, I did it. Okay, no derailing, no problems. Very well, so that's that done. 04 OTA has been tested thoroughly by working, and thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a very, very basic layout, but it's the proof that if you have a lack of space, and I do have a lack of space, you can still make a small, simple layout to enjoy your trains, play trains, and let your imagination flow. And that's what it's all about. It's all about letting your imagination flow and fly while doing things with one of the best, maybe one of the best hobbies in the world. I don't know. I'm getting sentimental about it tonight. Okay, very well. I wasn't very sentimental before when I was dismantling all this stuff here. I was thinking, what a load of rubbish. I've made this layout with a load of rubbish. Okay, no, it's good. I'm pleased, I'm satisfied. Righto, if you liked the video, you can give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and of course, click the notification bell. Cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao. There's the luggage van with the lights. Full train tomorrow. Cheerio. Ciao, ciao.